I think we got to start off with the WWE deal. Last night announced that Endeavor and WWE have agreed to a merger whereby Endeavor is going to spin off its 100% interest in the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship into a new company, which will have the ticker TKO. And that company is going to be owned 51% by UFC shareholders, Endeavor shareholders, with the other remaining 49% being held by WWE. Those are some magic numbers, because to make this reverse Morris trust structure work legally, Endeavor had to keep 51% of the company, kind of at the end of the day. But the transaction is expected to close the second half of the year. The CEO of the new company is going to be Endeavor's current CEO, Ari Emanuel. He's going to remain as the CEO at Endeavor as well. You're going to retain the current WWE management. Nick Khan will be the president of the wrestling division of this new company. Vince McMahon will be the executive chairman of the company, just as he is of WWE. And you're going to retain Dana White as the president of the UFC side of the business. So essentially, you're smashing together two unique, valuable sports media properties. If you think about what UFC has done for ESPN Plus, they're really the anchor property that's driven a large amount of subscriptions to that platform. If you look at what WWE with the WWE Network has done for Peacock, has really been a content vector for bringing a lot of new eyeballs onto that platform. Another thing that's interesting, both of these companies, the driver of the business is media rights deals. In the case of UFC, it's the rights deals with ESPN. In the case of WWE, it's with Peacock and Comcast on USA Network and Fox. If you remember what Jim and I have talked about, the thesis for WWE for quite a while, either A, they're going to go get acquired, well, that happened, or B, the driver of the stock will be this next round of media rights negotiations. It looks like we got both of those things, because we're going to retain WWE as a public company, and to the extent these new rights deals move up, then maybe the stock will come along. Except now, it's not just WWE negotiating for these deals. You've combined it together with another extremely valuable property. Now, WWE's rights deal, I think the current rights deal that will actually end, where it could transition to a new group in 24 for the UFC. They had signed a 5-year deal with ESPN in 2018. My understanding is they signed an additional 2-year extension. So that agreement's going to be up in 25. And so, you could tell a story where, in 24, you've got, Nick Khan, who was one of the best agents in Hollywood before he was the head of head of WWE. He was the head of CAA, the kind of sports media rights segment of that business, represented a lot of significant sports media folks you might be familiar with, Al Michaels, folks like that. If you think about the leadership at Endeavor, these are also really high-powered sports agents. So Ari Emanuel, if you've ever seen Endeavor, if you're ever familiar, you've seen Entourage, Ari on Entourage, that's Ari Emanuel. So you've got two extremely valuable properties that have proven their value, I guess, at ESPN and Peacock in the past, and you have the people negotiating these deals. They're probably the highest powered sports agents in the world. If there's anybody who can maximize the rights of those deals, it's probably going to be these folks.